All right, so we are here at the end of the year, but we still have work to do as we get ready for ninth grade. So students who will be returning to Friendship, you have a summer reading if you're going to take either pre-AP or the GT pre-AP classes. So you need to make sure that you have these copies. If you misplace them over the summer, you can get them online. You should be able to go on the Ninth Grade Center website and get a copy of them. The first thing that you're going to do is going to be to read every word on every one of these pages completely through. I'm not going to do that for you, okay? This is your summer reading project. I just wanted to kind of go over a few things with you to help you because dialectical journals are probably new to most of you. Although once you kind of see them, you're going to see that it's very similar to a lot of things that we've done in class in 8th grade. So read carefully, know the number of things that you're supposed to have, know when it is due. Highlight, mark, this text is important because this is what your teacher is saying to you. This is going to be the first impression that you are giving to your teachers as well. Now in the pre-AP but not in the GT, we have some examples. So if you are taking the GT class, you may want to get a copy of the pre-AP as well so that you have the examples, or you can pull this up online or just again look at this video and you'll have some examples. This example is from the Telltale Heart, and this is the dialectical journal that you'll be doing. Notice that this is one that they consider weak. Okay, so even though there's quite a bit of writing here, it's not what they're looking for. And then you have an example that's good, it's a little bit better, and I want you to read that. And then you have an example that's excellent. And of course, excellent is what we're all going for. So this is the one that we should probably look at. Okay, so title obviously is the Telltale Heart. Our device, this is the literary device. And if you know, as you go through the packet, you're going to see a list of literary devices, and you also should have them in your interactive notebook. Okay, remember those AP literary devices, you can go into that. That's a good thing to keep throughout high school. Our text evidence or quote. So this is going to be a text evidence that addresses this device. Okay, here we're going to have a short summary or discuss the context, like what is going on when the foreshadowing is taking place. Our theme is we're talking about theme down here, and then the literary device analysis. Okay, so you're doing a lot of analysis here, and you guys are working this summer with short stories. So the reading, like last summer you had a novel to read, this summer you have short stories, so the reading won't take you quite as long, but the analysis is going to take you longer. Okay, so just expect for that and plan for that. I would try to get this done as soon as possible, or kind of pace yourself so that you have it done well before the end of the year. That way, if you have any questions or you need any help, you could be emailing me or emailing your 9th grade teacher and clarifying things. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. Text evidence quote. Now I could hear a quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. It was the beating of the old man's heart. I tried to stand quietly, but the sound grew louder. The old man's fear must have been great indeed. And as the sound grew louder, my anger became greater and more painful. But it was more than anger. It was the quiet night. In the dark silence of the bedroom, my anger became fear. For the heart was beating so loudly that I was sure someone must hear. The time had come. All right, so let's look at our context and summary. As the narrator devolves into madness, devolves, you might need to look up, but he's descending into madness. He is agitated by the incessant beating of his landlord's heart. His emotions begin to escalate until he can stand the suspense no longer. Immediately following his exclamation that the time had come, he attacks the old man, killing him and ridding himself of his trigger. Okay. Theme. Poe is commenting on the ignorance surrounding mental illness during the 19th century. His choice of narrator focuses the reader's attention on the issues that someone struggling with mental illness must face. His message that sanity is relative and that reality can be manipulated is evident in the narrator's attempted justifications and erratic commentary. Okay, so the theme, our author of this dialectical journal is addressing the theme because he is descending into madness, that our theme is that there's a commentary here about mental illness in the 19th century, okay? And then our literary device analysis is going to go back to foreshadowing. As the narrator's emotions evolve from anger to fear, the reader is warned, okay? That's the foreshadowing or warning of the inevitable, and I'm not going to read that part because if you haven't read the story, that's going to give away, okay? So, but you can see that we're analyzing the literature. So for the AP class, you guys have worksheets to do this. It looks like with the GT class, you're just going to either type it up or do it on paper. If you're good on the computer and you would rather set something up like this on the computer, that would probably be fine. If you handwrite it, just make sure that your handwriting is neat. Again, this is your first impression that you're giving to your teachers. So make sure you have a copy of the summer reading. Make sure that you read every word of your summer reading carefully, and make sure that you are staying on top of this so that your first impression for these teachers is that you're in good shape and you're going to be a good student in their class. All right, good luck.